Hello guys, and welcome to Empire's Mode Creative. So, in this server, it's a little hard to explain, but bear with me. It's a creative server. You're able to fly around, you're able to do all this, but it's also one of those plot servers. You remember those plot servers that look like crap, and they're just kind of flat, and roads in between them? Well, here we're using Terralith and Tectonic together to make a more satisfying looking world, which you've probably already seen this in other videos. You've probably seen that we're using distant horizons here with shaders, blah, blah, blah. It's the new big thing. Anyway, what I want to bring to you guys is this idea of having a world where you get to build whatever you want, but there's a reason for it. You build for a purpose and you're competing with other people constantly. So, Empire's mode, how would I describe it? You're creating a country of your own. You start off in one of these plots, which they're invisible, and you're creating a country of your own. I have all sorts of criteria. I have a rule book. I have various ways of telling whether you did a good job or a bad job. And this isn't just going to be for anybody. Not everyone's going to like this, but I am calling all builders, all people who like to build and don't like survival, to join me on here. Let's get a little bit more into explaining some of the details. I'm going to cheat here, and I'm going to use my overview that I wrote for myself. So I wrote a creative plot server with loose roleplay elements. Players are encouraged to build countries in their plots, write lore, and interact with other player countries. New plots are awarded to players who build more. Bonus plots are awarded for roleplay activity. So that's the general gist of the idea. Um, there's a couple of things that need to be done. Obviously, we have to have our world, which I've already made, and there's a couple steps that new players will have to go through. Obviously, I'm going to whitelist. I'm going to have a whitelist. So you have to get on the whitelist. You have to apply for that. I'll have a Discord server. It's a very simple process. If I get overwhelmed with a bunch of people, well, I guess I'll just give up. Who knows? Anyway, that person, when they join, they have to write an application so they're not griefing. They're not here to just fool around. They actually want to play the game as by the rules, because I mean, it's no fun. It's not really a game if you're playing against the rules. Okay, next thing you got to do when you join, you got to write a country page. Well, it'll be more clear in the Discord, but you write a little snippet about your country, what it's going to be. You can have a flag. You should describe your government, your architectural style, your culture, any kind of persons of interest. If you have a king, or I don't know, if you have a freaking president, I don't care. Um, all those kinds of details. And then right away after that, once you're approved, I'll give you a starting plot. And on that starting plot, you can just start building. This is, I think, a 6 GB server that I am renting right now. I could host it on my own computer. It's a little complicated, but maybe this will become a bigger thing later. So not just anybody who shows up can join, because I'll unfortunately be limited by how many slots I have on the server. Okay, meanwhile, me, the game master. This is kind of like D&D, if you think about it. I'm the game master, and I'm not describing your world or anything. All I'm doing is keeping track of everything. So what I do is I have this Google Sheets thing right here, and I put in some example entries in here to give you kind of an understanding of what's going on. You build, and I mean, I'm probably going to build too. I probably will participate because we're all going to be on the kind of on a level playing field in terms of it's a creative mode. You can use whatever materials you want and build on your plot. So here's an example. Let's say I made a country. I called it Roclavia. Me, musical mystery. There's the owner. The style I'd go with was maybe like a Gothic Slavic kind of style. And currently right now I have a way that I calculated points that you gain from the stuff that you build on your plots. You gain points. This is the current balance of my points. And with those points, you can actually buy new plots. Every plot costs about 10 points. So number of plots owned, and now we got buildings, this whole section right here. I put exteriors and interiors separately because not everybody wants to make interiors. And that's fine, because this is creative mode. So I have so far 4 different kinds of buildings that you can technically make. I might make more categories soon. Social, cultural, agricultural, military, housing, and there's the total calculated right there. Total over here as well. Then the number of buildings with interiors. To give you an idea of the kind of buildings you can be building, I mean, I'm not telling you have to, but these are just examples. For the social cultural buildings, you can make taverns, fairgrounds, churches, arenas, hospitals, any kind of social or culturally significant building. Agricultural, guess what that means? Farms. So you can have fields of crops, farmhouses, windmills, watermills, barns, you name it. And then, of course, the next thing that most people love building, castles in the military section. Castles, barracks, stables, towers, anything that serves a military purpose. And I guess I'm going to include castle walls in that as well. And then housing means houses. I included hotels and inns because they're also technically housing, and people might want to build those. And of course, these lists are not limited to just the things I wrote right here. If it's related, if it's a similar thing, go ahead and make it. It will count towards these categories. Anyway, back to this. I'll be calculating the number of buildings plus the interiors. Right here, there's all sorts of calculations that go in, and then you get a current balance based on how many plots you own and how many buildings you've built. Now, the way I'm going to judge these is really more, I'm not interested in if you're like a freaking, you're not like a hermitcraft builder or something. Like, you don't have to be that. I expect a certain level of skill when it comes to the applications. So if you can build something that is passable and you built it because you liked building it, I'm going to accept that generally. So, but yeah, so the idea is to have a whole bunch of people on this list. So come on, guys. It's probably going to start off really small. I might just recruit a couple people, and then maybe I'll have to put the video private or something. And this is like pre-alpha. So I'm going to comment the Discord in the comments because this is a very new YouTube channel. They won't let me put it in the description because they don't trust me. And maybe you'll be able to join me and we can test this out. I will say this is actually a concept that has been done in the past. On a server I used to be on, I did not come with the original concept. My buddy Silvara did. I believe it was him. Haven't talked to him for a while. But let's populate this world, man. Let's make it look like it's really lived in. So I will see you guys. Have a great day. Just wanted to mention I will also be sharing the Google Doc that I just showed, the rules, so that you can kind of get a better understanding and see if this is something you like. I'll be putting that in the comments along with the Discord link. And just for giggles, we'll just stick the Excel sheet in there as well, the Google sheet. So hope this is interesting to you guys. See ya.